The following stream has been approved for all puzzle audiences by the puzzle general community.
Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to our winners finals between Yoschimidtsu and Cards of the Heart on our Puzzle General Pokemon Puzzle Challenge tournament. I know we're going to get started here pretty quick since we're already running behind, so we'll try to weave in some of the tournament happenings as the match is going. But the basic overview is that we have a very exciting match between two of the best players in the Puzzle General community. Yoschimidtsu, I believe, got the world record in intense mode in the last month or two. Cards of the Heart used to have the record, so these are the top two record holders in intense. So I believe that Yoschimidtsu has the edge because he has the raw speed, but I think it's going to be close enough to where variance could decide the matches because these are both very skilled players, and if Yoschimidtsu gets a little bad luck, or maybe I get some bad block arrangements, I think Cards has better field vision than Yoschimidtsu, so it's going to be very close. It's going to be very exciting, and hope we all have a good time. Looking forward to some close matches here. We're just waiting to get some things sorted out, and then we should get going. We're kind of flying by the seat of our pants here because I did not know I'd be commentating until about 5 minutes ago. So, but it's fun. It's fun to have these things pop up. Yeah, go ahead and count them down. Alright, we are getting started. So like I said, with Yoschimidtsu, you're gonna be like looking at his sheer cursor speed, and with Cards, he's maybe slightly slower, but has very good vision, so he's not gonna drop chains as often. So the strategy with Intense is it's all about trying to send over the right amount of damage to keep them out of heal range, and then sending over another big chain to finish them off. It's very precise, and there is a lot of luck involved. So it's definitely one of the hardest modes in Puzzle League. I remember when I was a kid, I couldn't even beat Intense. So, oh geez, and it looks like Cards is starting off. Wait, hold on. I think I have these two mixed up. Okay, Yoschimidtsu unfortunately took a loss on the first stage. And Cards has... hold on. Okay, Yoschimidtsu forgot to set the scroll off. So we're gonna be restarting here. So basically, scroll off means you cannot raise a stack while you're clearing blocks. Scroll on means you can raise a stack while you're clearing blocks. This tournament is being run with scroll off, so we're just gonna go ahead and get that fixed and then restart. Start, I'm guessing. Alright, so we just had some game setting issues there. Now we're gonna get back and get started, and hopefully things will flow nicely after this. Alright. I'm just trying to make sure I got my screen set up. Like I said, this is a bit of a last... Okay, what? Hold on. Alright, I'm good now. So you can see like Cards right now with starting off with a 9 chain, and maybe a little lower than what you wanted. Generally, you want to start off with maybe like a 10 or 11. It looks like you did a little too much damage there, because I think Pidgey is in heal range. Yoschimidtsu looks to be in about the same situation. He's going to try to go for just a big chain here. You can see he's trying to start another one. So 44 for Cards, 49 for Yoschimidtsu. That's pretty good. It's very important to you want to weave in some combos with your chains here. So you can see Cards already gotten several big combos in the chain. It takes Kakuna down to just under half. I believe that is out of heal range, and unfortunately I'm not as familiar with Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. I'm more familiar with Pokemon Puzzle League, so if you drop the AI below a certain threshold, they are a threat to heal. So the whole goal... Ooh, that was a frame-perfect swap in. Cards takes Kakuna down 48. 39 seconds Kakuna for Yoschimidtsu, which is pretty bonkers. I think generally in these early stages you're looking for about like in the 40 to 50 second range. And I think in the later stages you want maybe like 50 seconds to a minute, because those opponents become a lot harder and end up having more health. If anyone on the chat wants to correct me on these finer points of Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, feel free. And one of the things about in Pokemon Puzzle Challenge is that you are not guaranteed a clear off the garbage. I believe in Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, you're guaranteed a clear off the garbage. So what that means is, let's say that you're clearing some garbage blocks, and you have 2 hearts vertical that you could clear below it. So that would mean that you're guaranteed to get a heart off the garbage to make a clear. But that's not going to happen in Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, so sometimes you can just end up where you get screwed by the garbage and just don't get a clear, and then you die. And deaths are so huge in this game. Like, a death might just knock you out of a round, because death is going to cost you probably like anywhere from 30 to 40 seconds. And these matches are already going to be pretty neck and neck. So you can see both guys are on Ghastly right here. And I think Yoshi is in a bit of a better spot here. He's got the bigger chain going. Cards is going to have to get something else going. I don't think that 5 chain will be enough, unfortunately. And Ghastly's in danger of healing here. Gets to 6. Oh, that might be good. Okay. So 52 seconds for Cards on Ghastly. Unfortunately, I missed what Yoshimidtsu got. But they're both on Steelix. I believe Yoshimidtsu has, I don't know how well Oh, unfortunately, Cards raises his stack. He holds down the raise stack button a little too long, and he ends up taking a death. Fortunately, that happened right at the beginning of the match, so he's not going to lose too much time there. He'll try to start anew here, get a better start going. And you can see... Okay. So it looks like Cards is a little flustered. He dropped that first chain pretty early on. Like I said, you generally want to start with... Usually it's you want to do like about a little over half damage. I know the AI can start healing once they're at like in the 30 to 40% range. So usually you want to start out with about maybe like a 9 to 10 chain with some combos involved. 46 seconds on Steelix for Cards. Meanwhile, Yoshimidtsu is maybe almost halfway done on Primeape. I know what I love watching about these higher-end players is just they've really gotten lag chains down, and they have such quick reaction time, so there's just so much going on the field. You can just have like these massive combos, you can have these lag chains going all over the place. Cards is trying to finish off Primeape right here. Meanwhile, Yoshimidtsu has moved on to Seal. And that should be, hopefully that 6 combo, and the 6 combo does take out Primeape for Cards. So it is, we're still pretty close. Well, Yoshi's going to be able to raise his stack a couple there. Bit of some awkward block arrangement on Cards' end. He doesn't send a very good initial chain. It's really important to send a good initial chain because the AI is by the time you finish your first chain, on intense mode, the AI is almost guaranteed to top you off with garbage. You're just not going to have blocks to work with. So you need to send out as big of a chain as possible. Meanwhile, Yoshimidtsu finishes off Seal in 56 seconds. Hopefully this will be enough for Cards to finish off Seal, 49 seconds. So Cards is going to gain a little bit of time there. Yeah, some unfortunate block arrangement for Cards there. Yeah, drop in more chains than you expect from someone with the caliber that Cards has. And this will definitely happen when you're going up against the world record holder in Yoshimidtsu. Like, you definitely know if you are an underdog going to a match, you know that you're going to have to play as fast as you can. You can't always just go at your normal pace, and unfortunately, that's when mistakes happen. But there's really no other way to do it. You got to play as fast as you can if you're the underdog, and then hope things just pan out for you. Yoschimidtsu is getting started on Jinx, about 10 seconds ahead Cards. So this is still very neck and neck, because if you mess up a stage on Intense, like I mentioned, the AI is going to drop a ton of garbage on you, and you're going to have to wait it out, basically. So that initial chain is so important. And Yoshi is trying to go for the final kill there. Meanwhile, just casually clearing the garbage. Uh-oh. He might be dead here. Oh, okay. So fortunately, the AI did not have an attack coming. Unfortunately for Yoschimidtsu, Jinx did not end up healing there. Jinx out at low health for a while, and usually you can almost always expect a heal if they sit at low health for long enough. So still neck and neck. It is very much anyone's game as we go into the final few stages here. Looks like Yoshi's probably gonna have to... Yeah, he's gonna have to stop that. He maybe could have raised his stack a little bit there to give himself some more blocks. Surprised that Crobat is not sending more. Yeah, Crobat did not send Yoshi that much, so he's gonna be able to get another big chain started. Oh yeah, it just went for me as well. Yeah, it's stuttering. Hold on just a moment while we... Okay, I might need to reload it. Okay, it's looking good for me.
Apologies for the tech issues, everyone. It looks like Yoshi had a small stream cut there.
Yeah, and I'm just refreshing the stream here because I'm watching Yoshi through VLC. Okay, so oh wow, so it looks like we are within about 10 seconds of each other. Both Cards and Yoshi are on Hitmontop. This is very intense. This is definitely what we paid for, which is nothing. Oh, really? Yeah. If you guys hear me talking to nobody, that's just some coordination behind the scenes that we're doing. So, I believe that while Yoshi's stream was cut out, he unfortunately suffered a death to Hitmontop. Both Cards and Yoshi are going over a minute 20 on Hitmontop. Hitmontop has a sliver of health left. Yoshi sends double sixes, and fortunately, Hitmontop did not heal. Yoshi gets to kill. He's going to be going on to Murkrow, which I believe Murkrow might heal the most. I do know Murkrow is like very annoying to go against. So it's really important to not put Murkrow in heal range on your initial chain. So Yoshi does about half damage to Murkrow, and he's going to try to see if he can finish Murkrow off in one fell swoop and put those heals out of play. Unfortunately, it looks like Murkrow is in heal range. Yoshi goes 8, 9. I don't know if 9's going to be enough. Yeah, so it might. Oh, but he gets the kill on Murkrow. Murkrow did not heal. And Yoshi's going to be going into the final stage, and then right after that, Cards is also going to the final stage. So we're going to see who the RNG gods have the most mercy on here. Looks like Yoshi's having a slow start from Dragonite. Meanwhile, Card is going up to an 8 chain. Unfortunately, was not able to keep it going. He possibly could have done almost all the damage he needed there. Yoshi's going to 11. Well, 13, 14. That's probably going to be enough. And Yoschimidtsu is going to take the first game. The 1502. Oh my gosh, that was very disgusting. And I need to double check what the world record holder, or what the world record is, because I know that was a very solid run from Yoshi. Unfortunately, Card is getting trolled a bit. Okay, so world record is currently 13:52 by Yoschimidtsu. So that was just a minute 10 seconds off of world record. So for reference, Yoshi's time right here would have put him like 4th overall. And so would Cards' time. So this is just a difference of 35 seconds between Cards and Yoschimidtsu. And that's less than a 1-stage difference. So very exciting first round. I am really looking forward to the rest of these matches. I hope it goes to the best of 5, because these are just two of the most talented Puzzle League players in the world. And if Yoshi did die on Hitmontop, which I believe he did, the stream cut out. That means he could have even finished closer to a 14. Alright, we are waiting just a moment for Yoshi to tend to his stream setup, I believe. We're going to wait just a moment for Yoshi to get set up before we start. Alright, so while we're waiting, what is everyone's favorite Gen 2 Pokemon? Seems like Pokemon's been on a lot of people's brain lately, with Sword and Shield coming out. I haven't picked it up yet. And I'd say that my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon has to be... I've always liked a Lantern. Lantern just has a very cool design, and I always like those kind of opposite type pairs. Like Flying Ground or Fire Ice, and Lantern is the Water Electric type. Of course, my overall favorite Pokemon is Absol, which is objectively the correct Pokemon. Okay, it looks like we're about to get started. just monitoring the behind-the-scenes action here. Alright, we are all set for round 2, so let's see how it goes. Cards has, like, nothing besides hearts and reds and purples, so he's gonna get, but he's able to salvage the chain. It can be very hard to find a chain when you have just 2 colors on the board, because it's very easy to accidentally do a clear that you did not intend. So Cards is at 36 seconds on Pidgey. Yoschimidtsu is, looks like, about to finish Pidgey off with a 41. Cards should be following suit here. At 48. Lantern has good defensive typing. I'm guessing that has to do with, like, competitive Pokemon, which is, or breeding. It's never something I've been really familiar with. I do know that can get really intense. Like, apparently the Sword and Shield competitive scene is a bit of a mess right now, according to my friend, or my roommate. So Cards is trying to finish off Kakuna here. Yoschimidtsu gets it done with a 40 seconds, which is very strong. Cards is probably gonna have to do... he tried to get the frame-perfect catch there. He's just hoping that Kakuna doesn't do a heal on him. Unfortunately, that heal comes through, and Cards is pinned down. He's gonna have to get... this is an unfortunate development for Cards. Meanwhile, Yoshi is going to go on to Clefairy, Stage 3. Unfortunately, he's not able to do a huge chain here. Just the accidental clear. But he still has a lot of blocks to work with. He's going to be comboing off of this garbage here. I will say that Yoshi's movements have been a little more crisp than Cards. I haven't seen him drop as much. And Yoschimidtsu is going to hope that this top finishes off Clefairy, and it will. So Yoshi, 3 stages in, has about, say about a stage lead on Cards. Cards getting off to a better start here. He ends it at the 9 chain there, as to not do too much damage to Clefairy. Like I've said, you don't want to do too much damage, otherwise you will put them in heal range. You really want to take the healing out of the equation as much as possible, but that can be very hard to do. We do know how much health these enemies have, and how much damage certain combos and chains do, but it's just impossible to do like that exact math while you are chaining in the heat of the moment. So you really just develop a feel for it and hope that things work out. I'm sure that if there was some polymath who also played Pokemon Puzzle League, they could do it and get the new world record, but to my knowledge, there is no one like that who exists. So we're just gonna have to go on. We just have to do these chains based off of a hunch. Cards is trying to finish off Ghastly here. That might do it. 45 seconds is a very strong time in Intense. Yoshi tries to raise a stack on Steelix there, but gets cut off by Garbage Drop. Bit of a rough spot for Yoshi. Doesn't have many blocks to work with, and Steelix is in heal range, so he's probably going to go for just like probably the biggest. Oh, that was a massive heal from Steelix. That is unfortunate. But luckily, Yoshi has some more blocks to work with now, and hopefully that'll do it. So, a lengthier 111 on Steelix for Yoshi. This is Cards' chance to make to gain some ground, and that should be good. Oh no! Is that 4 gonna do it? Okay. So, Cards makes up about 20 seconds with a 52-second Steelix. Yoshi's going to town on Primeape here. And that was a good initial chain that he sent. I think Primeape is out of heal range. So Cards is, Yoshi is going to go for the finishing blow here. It's going 8, 9, and a 39-second Primeape. So yeah, you can see if you can time your chains correctly and just take healing out of the equation, you can get a very fast time. I know 39 seconds on Intense is a very impressive time. So Yoshi's moving on to Seal. Meanwhile, Cards is... I think this will finish off Primeape. So Yoshi continues to hold a little less than a stage lead here, so still anyone's game. As we've seen, just like one long stage can sink you. So here Yoshi is not doing damage much down to Seal because he doesn't want to put Seal in heal range. Unfortunately, he got some bad block arrangement there. And could not find a match. He tried to do a frame-perfect swap, but it didn't work out. So he's going to cut that off right there. Hopefully that 8 will be enough. And it is. So a minute on Seal, not bad. About what you expect. So let's see if Cards can make up some ground here. I think that should be enough on Seal. So Cards makes up maybe about another 8 to 10 seconds or so. Yoshi tried to do like a frame-perfect swap in to keep that chain going on the garbage. And if you can like transition a chain into a garbage clear, you'll be able to chain more off the garbage, and that's how you get like really massive chains going. Yoshi's just going to town. He's gonna... that's probably not gonna be enough. Oh, this 4 could be enough. Oh, he barely gets it. So 50 seconds on Dragonair for Yoshi. Card still has a little bit of work to do at 40 seconds. So it looks like Yoshi is going to gain some time here. That's gonna be... Oh, unfortunately, he gets the accidental clear there. I think he's just going to see if he can combo Dragonair out, but it's... Ooh, that's... Okay, this might be an... but Dragonair got the heal. These games go so quick. That was a huge clear on Cards' end. He's gonna hope that this 7 will do it. Unfortunately, 119 on Dragonair for cards. Meanwhile, Yoshi is... If he can get a big chain here, he should be able to finish off Jinx. He has a lot of blocks to work with. He goes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that should do it on Jinx. About a minute. Minute's about where you want to be on the Elite Four. So we will see where Cards ends up. Good damage to Jinx. Jinx is not in heal range, but it doesn't look like Cards has enough to finish her off. So Jinx is now within heal range. He's going to have to go for a big chain here. That might be good. So fortunately, Jinx did not heal on Cards. So Yoshi has about a half a stage lead here, I'd say. These games are so intense. The Cards goes up to 7. Only does about maybe about like 2/5. Maybe closer to a third. But he's gonna try to finish Crobat off. Fortunately, it's not enough there. Now Yoshimidtsu is moving on to Hitmontop. I don't think that's going to be a very good initial chain. He just sent a small chain and then he did a 5 chain with some combos in it. But his stack's still pretty high. So we'll see what he can do here. He's gonna chain into the clear and hopefully he's gonna try to just make a massive chain. Oh, he does an accidental clear. Unfortunately, that's going to set him back. Now Hitmontop's probably going to get a heal here. Cards finishes off Crobat in a minute 15. So, let's see if that's enough. He has a 5. I don't think that's going to be enough, though. So Yoshi is going to be praying that there isn't a heal here. So that's a fairly lengthy Hitmontop. Them is just the breaks. So he's going to be going into Murkrow. Card is going to be looking to score a final blow on Hitmontop. Honestly, I think now that I've been watching these tournament matches, I've been doing some commentary, I do think Pokemon Puzzle Challenge is the most skill-intensive Puzzle League game. Because I'm really not a fan of the healing mechanic, but it does make it so you have to do some extra accounting in your head. Cards does a cool frame-perfect slide-in chain here. I think this will be going a while. Unfortunately, did not get that one. I think that should finish him off. Yeah, you can see he did a 14 chain, and it only did I don't know if it did even half the bar. So, 133 for Cards on that stage. Cards starting off with 9, 10. Stops it there. I think that's a good place to stop it. Yoshimidtsu finishes off Murkrow in about 1:26. He's going into the final stage. So unless Dragonite gives Yoshi some really bad luck, he's going to be in a good spot here. He's about a minute ahead of Cards. So Yoshi does about a half bar damage on Dragonite. So now he's raised a stack. He's gonna go for the killing blow here. And we'll see if he has enough blocks to work with. I think Dragonair has a little over a third health left. And Yoshi finishes off Dragonite 55 seconds. He's going to take game 2 with a 15:39. Unfortunately, Cards there just had some rough stages. It looks like his play got a little sloppier, and he had some bad luck. And like, you just can't have the bad luck when you are going up against the world record holder. So let's see how he finishes this off. Usually, unless someone's way behind, you'll see contenders finish out their matches just to get the little extra practice. That is some awkward block arrangement on Cards' end. He's just he's trying to finish Dragonite off. I know my Gen 1 Pokemon. Don't try to suggest otherwise. So Yoshi goes up 2-0 on Cards. And I actually hadn't watched Yoshi play PPC that much, but I knew that his cursor speed was basically the best in the Puzzle General community, but it seems like he has a really good sense of timing in terms of like how much damage he should send on each opponent, because that is probably the most important thing, I'd say, is you don't want to put your opponent in heal range, you just want to send 2 big chains and finish them off. So it's not just a matter of chaining and comboing, but knowing when you should stop, and basically knowing when you should go for the kill. Both these players have a very good sense of that. Should be. Alright, looks like we're about to count down here. Alright, so Card is going to have to do an epic comeback here. He's going to have to hope that Yoshi blows a 2-0 lead. Remember that meme? It's one of my favorites. Unfortunately, that's not a very good start on Pidgey. Luckily, you don't have to do as well on Pidgey, because their health is... Pidgey's health is way lower. And I think he's going to go 9 just to be safe. He's going to go 10 just to be safe. So that's going to be a 37 on Pidgey for Cards. 38 for Yoshi. So right off the gate, we're pretty close. I need to know what PSG is. I love those memes. Give me the sports memes on Twitch. So it looks like Cards is in a better spot on Kakuna than Yoshi. It doesn't look like Yoshi did a big initial chain. Ah, football club. Okay, so 4-0 was a single match. I thought it was like they won the first 4 games in a row. I was like, I'm not aware of any best of 9 series. I mean, the first few World Series in baseball were best of 9, but then they went to best of 7. Anyway, everyone tuned in to hear Tayman's esoteric knowledge of baseball. So right now, Cards has about a half a stage lead on Yoshi. Yoshi's been stumbling a bit on the first few stages. He's having a really good initial start here. I take that back. He only started with about a 4 or 5 chain with some combos, so looks like he might be getting a little flustered. Oh, Clefairy and Card Design just has a sliver of health left. He's going to be praying that there's no heal there. Luckily, I don't think the healing is as prevalent on the early stages. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe you don't have to worry about it as much, which is why it really sucks if you get healed on at the beginning. Because it's supposed to be easier at the beginning. You're not supposed to get healed on. Yeah, so Card's building up an early lead here. He drops the chain at 10. Unfortunately, Ghastly's now in heal range. And sometimes you're just not going to be able to deal that final finishing blow, and you'll put them in heal range. Like, it's really hard. But he's going to see if he can go for the final blow. Ooh, he does have an 8 combo and then a 5 combo, and that's going to finish him off. That was some really lucky block arrangement on Cards' end. So, still has the about half a stage lead. Yoshi with a very strong 38 seconds on Ghastly. So it's about half a stage for Cards, I'd say. Still anyone's game. Cards might have put Steelix in heal range. He goes for the frame-perfect extra chain there and gets it. Gets it again. Card is really good at those frame-perfect swaps. Yeah, it doesn't go for it there. So right now, Card is just chaining off of this garbage. He's going to hope that this will be the final blow. 54 seconds on Steelix, not bad. But 43 for Yoshi, and now Yoshi is only about 5 seconds behind. So neck and neck here. I can personally say that I'm really happy that these matches seem to be what they are advertised, because no competitor has pulled away yet. I think the biggest lead has been a stage so far. Like, these two competitors, Cards and Yoshi, they play like clockwork, and it's so incredible to see. Cards goes for the frame perfect swap there, doesn't get it, unfortunately. So is he going to have enough to finish off Primate? He goes 8, 9. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Oh, he does get it, but but Yoshi's moving on to Seal. So probably about a 15-second lead for Yoshi. I really hope none of these competitors are doing any screen watching, because it is so ridiculously close, and in my experience, it just stresses you out. It takes your focus away from the game if you screen watch, and it makes you sloppy. So I'm not sure if, unfortunately, Yoshi could not get that chain in time. Put Seal in heal range, and Seal heals right away. Cards might be able to pull away here. We'll have to see. I don't think that's going to be enough. 6, and then another 6. And that's going to do it. Yoshi's having a really hard time with this Seal. Oh no! Oh no, Yoshi is dead. Wait, he's not dead. Oh wow! That is some of the luckiest garbage I've ever seen. And Yoshi's alive. If he would have died there, that would have put him back like an entire minute. It might have put him out of contention for this match. Oh, that is painful for Yoshi. A minute 30 on Seal is not something you want to bring up at Thanksgiving. Let's just say. I know that, like, if I went to Thanksgiving and I told my mom that I had a minute 30 Dragonair, I might never be invited to Thanksgiving again. It's a very disappointing thing. Yeah, that was very clutch. Well, it was clutch and very lucky that that block arrangement came up, because like he did not have 3 verticals. Like, he only had like 2 verticals, meaning he'd have to rely on a horizontal clear. So, Cards finishes off Dragonair. He's up by about half a stage. Yeah, Yoshi's been a little unlucky. Hopefully this will finish. What? Oh no! What just happened? Was there the heal glitch there? I feel like that should have been enough damage. This is what Cards needed though. Like, he needed Yoshi to have some like incredibly bad luck. And that's exactly what Yoshi's got in these last 2 stages. He follows up the minute 30 with a minute 20. So now, Cards is up to about a full stage lead. So, well, we'll have to see how things finish out, because like Cards could easily have like another a really unlucky stage of his own. It's a good amount of damage for Yoshi. Jinx isn't quite in heal range, but he's having a hard time getting a big chain going. He's looking for that final blow. Should be able to get it here. He's going to go 9, 10, 11 into a 6. So 57 on Jinx isn't bad. And I think that should finish off Crobat. No, but Crobat healed. I think Cards took that chain a little too far and gave Crobat an opportunity to heal, so he's going to have to go for another one. I think that'll be enough, though. He gets a 5 combo with the exclamation blocks. Forget what their official name is. That's going to send a lot of damage, so Cards gets bailed out a little bit. Cards not in a bad spot here. Oh, wow. Okay, so this should be good. Yoshi's going to 16, 17. That's gonna do it. I don't know, like, does damage get capped at a certain point with chains? I don't think it does. And yeah, I'm not sure if Yoshi has lost a game yet. He definitely hasn't lost a round. This is, Right, so yeah, Yoshi trying not to do too much there. Doesn't want to put him on top in heal range. I don't think he's in heal range. And, you know, Card is having a really hard time with this Hitmontop. I feel like Yoshi's not going to have enough here. So, he's going to have to hope that it doesn't heal here. Oh, but he does heal! No! And that just... I mean, we'll see how these last two rounds go, but that was a very unfortunate heal on Yoshi by Hitmontop. And it's possible that that's like what Cards needs to finish off this round. Yoshi ends up with a 130 on Hitmontop. It's about 30 seconds behind Cards, so this is still anyone's game. It's very possible for one competitor to have a minute stage while the other has a minute 30. But Yoshi is not in the best place here. It's only done about 25% health, or 25% damage to Murkrow, and doesn't really have many blocks to work with. Uh-oh. Okay. So Card is going to be worrying about the heal here. Oh, is that going to be good? That is good. Murkrow does not heal on Cards. Very intense. So Cards is going to the final stage. Let's see how Dragonite treats him. See if Dragonite will allow Cards to make a dent in Yoshimitsu's lead here. This is a very good start. He's gonna go 7, 8. That'll put Dragonite at about half health. He's probably gonna want to drop this here and like raise his stack. That might be in heal range here. Yoshimidtsu is on Dragonite as well. Uh-oh. Oh. Yoshi almost kills himself there. And Yoshi and Cards both have Dragonite at about the same health, and their board state is about the same. I don't think I've ever seen anything this close. I don't think 12 is going to be enough there, though. Oh my gosh! Oh, and Yoshi gets it! Oh, wow! That was so incredible. It looks like we're gonna have to look at the times. So yeah, okay. Yeah, so they both got done at about the same time, but it looks like based off of the timers, Yoshi edged it out. That was incredible. That was absolute. Yeah. Let's see if we're gonna see if Yoshi or Cards are both want to come on for an interview. We're just checking here really quick. So Yoshi is going to go on to the grand finals, and I believe Cards is going to go down into losers finals, and if he wins that, then he'll go back up against Yoshi. So we're just waiting to get our runners on. I think we might just have Cards on to talk about the match. All right. So in just a moment here, we're going to bring in Cards for a short interview. Hello?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, Cards? Those were some ridiculously intense matches from our end.
I knew I was going to need 3 clean runs to have a shot at beating Yoshi because I cannot compete with his cursor speed in the slightest. Unfortunately, I really did not have 3 clean runs at all. I mean the first race I bonked really early against Steelix, so it wasn't a huge time loss, but there were just it was mostly the Elite Fours. Like my times in the gym leader stages were really solid by most measures, but the Elite Four, like, it's just really hard to control when you let those foes into their healing range, and yeah, just do that like a couple of times, and you're really gonna start to see the time loss real quick.
Yeah, one of the things I was mentioning in commentary is what makes these intense runs so difficult is that in an ideal world, you would just do 2 big chains and finish them off. But it's so hard. Like it really depends on the block arrangement you get and your own ability to chain and the garbage that the AI sends you. That it's really impossible to just get two big chains and beat them every time.
Yeah, it's not just your ability to chain, it's your ability to combo. Like getting those 6 at a time combos, 7, 8, the bigger ones are really more beneficial towards helping your damage, but you still want to try and incorporate as many combos as you can in your chain. So not only does your chaining ability have to be solid enough to be able to regularly pull off double-digit size chains, which not everyone can do, you have to find ways to match 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 at a time with some regularity within those double-digit size chains, and there aren't too many people in the world that could pull that off. And yeah, I guess I could be considered one of those people, but it's certain that I was facing one of those people, so I knew I had to play clean, and there were just a few too many parts in Elite Four, especially races 2 and 3, where I just got too bogged down.
Were you? So, were you trying to play a little faster there?
I've been trying to like copy Yoshi's general mindset of just playing, like I guess making some shorter chains, just maximizing my ability to raise the stack so I can reload on panels and be more flexible with my chains. I hadn't had that much success with it lately, so I was just trying to play my own game, but when the pressure really hit the fan, as it were, well, you can use a different expression, but I'll refrain. But when we really got down to it, I simply had to do what I could to keep up, and there were definitely some nerves fueling me to try and move faster, to try to think in ways of raising my stack more so I can maximize my chains. And I don't know if that led me to losing control over possibly dropping chains and letting foes into healing range or not, but I thought overall I was actually pretty satisfied with my performance. I think all 3 races were under 17 minutes. It's usually in the mid 17s. That's what I tend to average.
Yeah, I think they were both very, very fast times. I think the first match, Yoshi had a 15:02 and you had about a 15:30, which both of those times would be 4th overall on the leaderboard.
I thought I was gonna have to constantly do mid 15s and low 16s to have a chance, and I guess it was in the ballpark, but I did not quite fully execute. Well, hopefully I'll have one more chance.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna go down to losers finals and be going up against Paratroopa or FFR Pro. The winner of the losers finals is going to be going up against Yoshi in the grand finals. So you will have a shot for a rematch there, and fortunately, did not pan out for you this time. But they were very entertaining matches, so you guys definitely put on a really spectacular show.
Thank you, and I hope for a reprisal come next week, and I'll probably hop in at the end of today's action to give some details on when those grand finals are going to begin. Like, really looking forward to seeing how this tournament finishes.
Yeah, it's been very intense so far. Did you have any final words before we wrap up this match?
No, I think we should get on towards the next match. We're a little crunched for time, so we should probably go ahead and get moving.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for hopping on Cards. Stay tuned while we get set up for our next match, which is that's going to be between FFR Pro and Paratroopa.